Hey, Beavers. Hi, guys. Mark Farash, Protect Dog Training. Instead of doing a morning session, this is in the evening. It's getting a little bit close to sunset. I figured I'd let you see. Diana is going to be her name. This is a customer that's back in New York. It's a law enforcement. And he wants to imprint the dog towards finding guns. He's a probation officer, so you're walking in dealing with the guys that are out of jail and staying on probation. They've got rules and regulations. A lot of them are not allowed to have guns, right? So he wants to have her be a gun dog so you can have her and have her do the protection to have his back when he goes in and deals with this situation. We'll find out how it goes. So I'm going to imprint her towards gunpowder, brass, that kind of thing. Easy to transfer once she has that scent in her nose and is already imprinted. Easy to transfer into finding guns and that sort of thing. He'll finish off the work back there. He just wants me to imprint her. So we're going to be doing the same thing with her. I've got another male, Lucifer, that was supposed to go to a gentleman. He backed out of the sale. So Lucifer is available if you guys are still interested in that. And what I'm doing with this is, if you saw Eros, I started a series about puppy development, right? And I did that for that gentleman, and he paid me for the service and kept the dog. He was 13 weeks old, and so by the time he got done with the puppy development, he was about 16 weeks. And if you heard me talk about it before, these guys are very high energy outflow. They're a lot of dog, and by keeping them a little longer, it allows me to make sure that they got a good foundation. They have a better chance of going on in life with their new owners and having success, right? A lot of times people don't understand how to deal with puppies, and when you're dealing with normal puppies, that's one thing, but these aren't normal puppies. These are high drive, working dogs that a lot of times will be basically more than a person can handle, right? They're going to be outmatched, and I talk about that all the time. And the dog is going to be the one that suffers. Okay, the Dutch Shepherd, if you end up selling these as pets, they're not pets. The genetics that I've got anyway are working dogs to a degree that most people are not going to be able to deal with. And the dog's going to end up spinning out, because when these guys are so young, they're very intelligent. They have all kinds of energy. And if not handled properly, they're going to spin out. They're going to get reactive. They're going to have other behavioral problems that most people don't know how to handle, because the dog is just too much dog for them. They're outmatched, right? So by keeping the dog a little longer and developing the dog through his puppy development, going through the fear period, one of the first fear periods is before 16 weeks of age, or right around 16 weeks of age. We're going to be able to get the dog through that fear period, and then again, have a good baseboard of communication baseboard with the dog, to a degree that if the folks that are getting the dog, that watch my videos, that work with me long enough, have an understanding of what I built in, they can now take this and migrate and grow with the dog, okay? They have a lot better chance for success. And that's why I've kind of decided to do this. I started it with Eros, and the idea really was, I knew this litter was coming. And I knew that if I did Eros and everybody enjoyed that, they'd follow along. And the people that came at me trying to buy puppies would be all into this, and they would pay me a little bit more money for a puppy. I normally charge, right now anyway, $1,200 a puppy. Okay, that's a fair price. But by keeping it a little longer, I am charging them a fair price and keeping the dog a little longer. Now, I'm not getting my full amount that I normally would get, and I'm giving it away. It's a good deal for the customer, right? They're getting a puppy and they're getting the dog worked and having me be able to work the animal, and I'm getting a little less money, but I'm getting more money. And in other words, I'm not getting $1,200. I'm getting $1,200 plus the time that I'm taking to spend with this puppy, minus a good deal, right? So in other words, I'm giving them a good deal. And so it's a win-win for the customer. It's win-win for me. I end up keeping the dog for a little longer, and it makes it viable for me to take the time and the energy to put into the animal and make sure that the dog has more chance for success, more chance for making sure that they keep that home, and that the folks keep the dog, right? Very important. This dog is a female, and she's got a really nice female. Her name is Diana. That's what he wanted me to call her, so we're calling her Diana. And we're going to go ahead and show you Diana. She's got a beautiful coat and a very feminine head. This is a female versus the other two males that I got. So this is Diana. Hi, Diana. Yeah, good girl. And her coat is dead drop, and her head, very feminine head. I love the head. And a lot more energy, a lot more go. If you guys remember, a year or so ago, I had a litter, and I had a dog by the name of Daisy. And I kept Daisy in the kennel and was working the dog and did all kinds of fundamental work with the agility, all kinds of work towards developing the animal. And by the time the gentleman got the dog, when he got the dog, he's totally impressed, over the moon with this dog's energy. And I have some things that I do that make the dog a little bit different than most dogs that are going to go into protection. So his trainer back there went, whoa, okay? So bottom line is, that's what she reminds me of. She's going to have all that piss and vinegar and have all kinds of energy to do the job. By the time I get done with her and send her off to New York, where she's going to do her job in law enforcement, she will be kicking ass and taking names. So you get to watch me kind of develop her. I'll bring her every now and then. Her name is Daisy. Daisy, Daisy, good girl. She has no idea what that name is, but we're going to just start working her. She's got more drive than the boys in a lot of ways. Yay! I generally don't work females, but I'm finding that I loved Daisy, and this is Diana. Excuse me, Diana. Daisy was one that I sold to another gentleman. He loves that dog. Come here, baby. Up, up. Yay, good boy. She doesn't know how to jump up yet, but she's got the energy, so let's keep working with her. Up, up. Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right, up is always, down is always easier than up. So we're going to put her up there, give her some reward, let her jump off. A few times of that, she'll start getting the confidence to jump up. Right now, she just hadn't put the muscles together in her nose, and she's going on. I'm going to get her collar for her tomorrow. I think I'm going to get a nice red collar. Red goes real well with these guys with a dark pigment. Diana, Diana, come on, Diana. Good girl, yay. She has no clue, but she knows that my voice tone is telling her I'm calling her. Yep, good girl, good girl. Yep, good girl, yay. Good girl, hop, hop, come on, baby, come on, baby. Smart as a whip. She's gonna learn real quick. This is only her second night here. She came in last night, taken away from her litter, and she had her two brothers here, so it wasn't too much of a rude awakening. She came in and got to wrestle with the other two males, and she's having a good time doing it. So she's off on her own right now. I gotta go get her. But this is Diana, and you're gonna see her a little bit more as we go along and develop her for a gentleman back in New York. I thank you very much. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.